Hi my friends, this is Makoy Dubs and welcome to another review with Clutch. Earlier this year, Honda Cars Philippines gave us the reveal of the refreshed Honda HR-V. And as you may all know, the HR-V is a very familiar nameplate for those who want a stylish, efficient, practical, and can do it all crossover SUV. Right now, it is electrified. And we are going to review how the 1.5-liter EHEV full hybrid powertrain from Honda perform. Kamusta kaya ito? Let's find out. Pasok tayo sa loob. Kasi sabi nga nila, kung gusto mo mas makilala ang tao, kailangan pumasok ka muna sa loob. Charot! Alright, so inside, it still manifests the man maximum, machine minimum design philosophy of the brand. And everything seems plain and simple, but functional. It's straightforward. It's not intimidating at all. Typical Honda naman, di ba? Parang straight in your face. Alam mo na siya kung paano gamitin, right? If you are a Honda fan or if you're familiar already, this feels like home. Now, what I've noticed, there are some gimmicks na mas nag-improve. Like for example, I'd like to say na the infotainment system now, the 9-inch infotainment system looks crisp and clearer this time. There is also nice integration of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it's now wireless, diba? Mas okay na siya ngayon. The buttons lang, like for example, are placed here sa likuran. Just like the City and also the BRV infotainment system. Yun lang ang napansin ko, maybe to cater the RHD markets. But, kumbaga, kung nasanay ka na nandito yung buttons, mas easier kung mas malapit dito. Pero hindi naman problema yan. Google built-in is not available in the local HR-V, but you would see that sa current Civic Hybrid. Pero alam niyo, kung araw-araw mo naman itong gagamitin, halos depende kung gagamitin mo siya everyday, di ba? Yung parang, hey Google, please take me to the nearest coffee shop. It depends, no? The instrument gauge cluster is half analog and half digital. And most of the car settings, like for example, when you want to configure your Honda sensing settings, dito mo na yan babaguhin. You won't change that in the infotainment screen anymore. Of course, this is very familiar, the 3 knobs. No? There's a nice click. It's easy to use. And I like na meron siyang feedback like this. Nakaka-LL. Alam niyo yun? Nakaka-luwag-luwag. Now, the aircon vents, you've got the L-shaped aircon vents that you have 2 options for this. Lalo na kapag binuksan nyo na yung aircon nyo, ayaw nyo naman na parang bigla siyang bubulusok sa mukha ninyo yung hangin, ano? So, meron kang parang yung banayad lang and meron kang yung parang full force. Pero syempre, dun tayo sa banayad lang. You've got USB-C ports on the right side and USB-A port here and also a space pa dito where you can put your wallet and some stuff. Meron ka ring wireless charging here. Hindi ka na kailangan mag-cord. And 2 cup holders and compartment box where you can put all your receipts or recibos if you want to reimburse your gas, diba? And a nice little touch of orange dito sa dashboard that runs all the way dito sa pintuan. And overall, it looks simple but straightforward, functional. For the driver's seat is automatic adjustment, 8-way. Now, sa passenger, it's manual and meron kang RS stitching, which means road sailing. Hindi red stitching, ha? Ngayon, the magic happens sa likod. Okay? Sa mga tita dyan na magsasakay ng mga pamangkin at anak. Okay? Tignan natin kung ano yung espasyo sa likod. Let's go. Okay, this is where the magic begins. Parang Enchanted Kingdom naman. Okay, maluwag ang likod. I like the rear seats. It's comfortable. Meron kang aircon vents dito, 2, and 2 USB-C ports and cup holders dito sa tabi. May concern lang here kasi I stand 5'11". Sometimes, 'di ba yung pag matangkad ka talaga, baka lang mauntog ka. Pero sa pagpasok ko hindi naman ako nauntog or maybe magaling lang akong bumuelo. But yeah, I mean overall, it's spacious, right? Pero kung singlaki kita, 3 kayong uupo dito sa likuran. Baka lang yung gitna. kailangan din mag-adjust. Medyo kailangan gumanyan, no? Meron ka ring vents dito because that is for the hybrid battery. So, huwag niyong tatakpan yan. And kailangan nililinis yan every PMS because the battery needs cooling. Overall, with the interior feel, what I want to say is, it is very straightforward, crossover SUV. I mean, you get all the functionalities in one size. It's packaged very well. Walang alam mo yun, walang fuss, 'di ba? Pero check din natin yung trunk space, lalo na sa mga maglalagay ng maleta. Now, for the trunk space, bilang ito ay subcompact crossover SUV, I think this is something na you will adjust, especially kung nasanay ka na sa subcompact sedan. It sits high kasi. So kung maglalagay ka ng mga maleta or mga bagelya, mas madaling maglagay, 'di ba? Lalo na kung mamamalengke kayo, mag-grocery kayo, gugustuhan nito mga tita, mga nanay, 'di ba? Nakaklagay mo nga yung balandra mo lang diyan, okay ka na. Pero syempre, ang maganda rin diyan, power. Pagdating naman sa exterior, meron ding pagbabago, no? First na manonotice natin is that the grille is tame now kasi yung lasa ay laki. Pero eto mas mature siyang tignan. But also, sequential na rin ng iyong LED turn signals. Ang ganda niyan tignan, no? Sequential siya. And one thing I've noticed is, parang pag tinignan mo siya sa malayo, parang mababa siya. Pero in reality, hindi. Kaya, okay din, di ba? Kung like for example, if dadaan ka sa mga uneven pavements, that won't be a problem at all. I like the design of the new alloy wheels. Sporty tignan for the RS, but also this shares the same design with the mid variant of the HRV. But for the base variant, it's also different, but it's got the same. For me, parang nakikita ko dito, ang ganda niyang ayusan. Maganda siyang palitan ng mags, especially kung gusto mong magkaroon ng character yung sasakyan mo, di ba? Kunwari, lagyan mo ng Wed Sport, no? Lagyan mo ng Humura, taray, naka-Humura ka. Huwag niyo sabihin naka-TE37, ha? Pwede rin naman. Tapos palit ka ng coil spring, charet. May two options tayo for the HRV. The top-of-the-line RS is powered by a 1.5-liter Atkinson cycle paired with electric motors. Churns out 131 PS and 253 Newton-meters of torque, while the other one is the L15Z for non-hybrid trims. Dito naman sa likod, the LED light strip all the way here, ito yung character ng HRV na bago kasi. Kumbaga pag nakita mo siya sa malayo, tapos sa gabi pa, and then meron kang nakita na mahaba na ganyan, you would think, it's Honda HRV. It's clearer now. I mean, mas clear siya ngayon. But I prefer this one as compared to the smoked one. It exudes sportiness. Yun yung napansin ko. Yeah, I think that's it for everything. Now, what's a better way to experience this? Syempre, i-drive na natin. Of course, this is now hybrid and electrified, and gusto ko sana siyang ikumpara how it behaves compared to the 1.5-liter NA. Now, the difference in terms of the refinement, you will really feel the seamlessness of the hybrid powertrain when you change from full electric up to the assist of the gasoline engine. But before we delve into the hybrid powertrain performance, let's talk about the overall feel of the vehicle. It's packaged well, don't get me wrong. The functionality is there, check. Practicality, check. But also efficiency. Because ang tipid niya sa gasolina. Now, comparing this to the CR-V and Civic Hybrid, it doesn't pull as much as compared to those models that we've mentioned. Because this is powered by a 1.5-liter Atkinson cycle. Yung dalawa kasi it's 2-liter. So, kumpara mo sa Civic and CR-V, yun talaga, konting tapak mo lang, may oomph eh. Ito merong momentum. But it's not slow. It's not makupad. But if you need that power, you need to know how to drive it. Ganun siya. So, of course, you can choose 3 drive modes. You have the Econ, Normal, and Sport. Of course, for normal driving, you just need the normal. And then kung kailangan mo na ng mga assist, lalo na kung hill climb, syempre sport mode ka. Now, what I like about it also is that it does the fake shifts, the fake shift points. Because sa Civic and CR-V, you also feel and hear the fake shifts. Yung para bang yung RPM niya naglalaro. Pero syempre, wala siyang tachometer where you will see the engine speed or RPM. You just have the power meter, which states the charge and the power band. Now, let's also understand that this is different when you compare the hybrid powertrain to other manufacturers. Kasi ito, what it does is, yung clutch niya, nagla-lock up siya. Meaning, pagdating mo sa higher speed, like for example, when you reach 100 or 120, nagdediretso na siya sa wheels, no? So, you know, the drive wheels, it drives the front wheels all together. So, it works seamlessly. But also, one thing I've noticed is kahit na nasa 80 kilometers per hour ako or 90, it runs on full electric. So, ganun siya ka-efficient. And the engine acts as a generator to power and juice up the batteries, no, to run the car. So that's the magic of the EHEV full hybrid system. Now let's talk about the package. Okay, for everyday driving, this is nice. This is nice to have. But one thing na mapapaisip ka is the price. Kasi when you buy new cars right now, ang dami ng options, right? For a price of 1.799 or up to 1.8 million, syempre kasama dyan insurance, kasama dyan ng registration. You will think about the cost, no, the maintenance. But there are other options there, di ba? So dun ka sa price mapapaisip. But again, if you are a Honda loyalist, right? This is nice to have. The cabin is well insulated, I must say. Especially pag maganda ang asfalto ng kalsada, tahimik talaga siya. Pero kung dadaan ka sa mga ibang parte ng TP-Lex na medyo hindi asfaltado or maganda yung pagkakalapat, maingay siya. So there is minimal road noise for everyday use. This is wrapped in Bridgestone Alenza tires, which is known for eco tire siya and tahimik. So for me, NVH suppression, it's good. It's good. But sometimes, kapag may mga daanan ka lang na hindi maganda yung kalsada, maingay talaga. You will hear it. Now, the sound system is not Bose. That's one thing also na sana ay ginawa na nilang Bose. Pero I'm not sure what is the reason behind it. But if you were going to ask me when it comes to sound quality, okay na, mapagbibigyan. Pero I hope sana ginawa na nilang Bose. Para masaya, di ba? Driving on the highway, I got around 26 to 27 kilometers per liter. Bongga yon. Good. But also in the city, I got 18 to 19 kilometers per liter. But combined driving, we can say I got 25 kilometers per liter. So, sobrang okay ng fuel economy nga. And I got, for a full tank, I get around 800 plus kilometers of range. Especially if you're driving on the highway, ang ganda. Mas ma-appreciate mo yung hybrid, no? Or especially if you drive in the city, wherein stop-and-go traffic talaga hindi mo maiiwasan. Now, on the braking, it feels strong and linear. But if you want that more stopping power, dyan ka pupunta sa paddle shifters mo. The paddle shifters, to be quite honest, ang magagawa lang niya is regenerative braking. Oo. Kasi pagka kinlik mo yung plus, hindi naman siya mag-change ng gear because this is not an automatic. This is ECVT. So when you click the minus, more braking power because of the regenerative braking. But when you press the plus, mawawala siya. So you have 3 levels of regenerative braking. I mean, all the variants or trims of the HR-V right now, meron ng Honda sensing. So you feel safer and confident on the road. But of course, ikaw pa rin, sa driver pa rin yan. Sa'yo pa rin nakasalalay ang safety mo at ng mga pasahero. The lane keep assist is seamless also. When it comes to operation, it's not intrusive, hindi siya kumbaga ngarag pag ginagamit mo, no? Hindi kayong mararatel. So, ano siya, banayad lang. But overall, my feedback with the HRV hybrid is that it's packaged well, it's well built, and I feel the globalness of the product. But one thing lang talaga na iisipin mo is the price. But again, if you are a Honda fan and you are aiming for the badge, of course with the equity and the reliability of the brand and good after-sales service, this is a nice car to have. But again, the decision is yours. Once again, these are my thoughts and thank you for watching.